Thousands turn out to pay their respects to Staff Sergeant Sean Carmeli, an Israeli soldier killed in Gaza over the weekend. 21-year-old Carmeli, a native of Texas with U.S. citizenship, immigrated to Israel at 16. The Army says he was a, quote, lone soldier, meaning a soldier without any family in the country. Many who jammed the streets on Tuesday did so in response to social media calls to honor Carmeli's sacrifice. Carmeli, along with 12 other soldiers from the Golani Brigade, were killed during battles in Gaza on Sunday. Their deaths marked Israel's highest number of combat casualties in a single day since 2006.
Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Akim that's pushing this work in faith, truth, and sincerity. My name is Yaram Yaban Yahawada from the GMS Houston camp. And today's topic, I'm going to focus in on another portion of the Gaza situation. This time I'm going to focus on the Amalekites, those so-called Jews in that land that are bombing the Gaza people. Alright, when I was going in on other people, the Gazans, I was getting on them, but now I'm gonna get on you Amalekites, because you stated in this prophecy too, and you're going down as well as them, because neither one of y'all supposed to be in land, like I said before. And just go right ahead and just get you out the scriptures, dealing with first I'm gonna start off with start off at your beginning, the book of Exodus. Okay, it's the book of Exodus 17 and 14. It reads, And the Most High said unto Moses, Write this for memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heaven. And Moses built an altar, and called the name of it Yahweh Nisi. For he said, Because the Most High has sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay? So right now, as you can see, there's a war in the land of Israel, which is inhabited by the Amalekites, which are you so-called Jews. And here, right here in the book, it says from generation to generation. So that's why it will never be peace in that land until the real Jews and Israelites be put back in that land. Because here's the prophecy right here. The Most High sworn in the book of Joshua, they'll be fighting from generation to generation. Okay? And that's the reason why you Amalekites are going down, you so-called Jewish people, or you so-called Jews, you Jewish people. You can see you the video posted up had this guy that was right here in the state of Texas where I live at, who was an IDF soldier, that's an Israeli defense soldier, and he wasn't even from that land originally. He was born abroad in the United States. He just claimed the Jewish heritage, or the Jewish religion. See that's nothing but a bunch of confusion. That's just like here in America. You don't have to be an American citizen to join the military. But I tell you what, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you can't join their military. They won't let you join it. They give you all types of hell and problems. Okay. What else? I'm gonna go to Numbers 24 and 30. Numbers 24 and 20. So like, I'm starting Numbers 24 and 18. And Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly Okay, Seir is a landmark or a town of the Edomites, and he said Israel should do valiantly. It's not talking about the people over there. It's talking about the real Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We should do valiantly. We should do warlike against those people when the time comes. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when that's a prophecy concerning our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable, and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Okay? Your latter end for you Khazarian, Jewish, Amalek people that live in the land is not yours. Your latter end shall be that you shall perish. You're getting up in hand now, but the rest of those real Arabs, according to prophecy, are gonna get in on it and gonna destroy you out of that land. Okay? It's gonna be more mourning, more you people that live abroad gonna join in the Israeli Defense Force, and you're gonna be weeping, or your people are gonna be weeping and crying and lamenting for you. Okay, like those women you seen in the video, it was weeping, crying. Soon it's gonna be so much death that nobody's gonna be able to cry. It's gonna be like the norm to hear about somebody dying, like it is in the Gaza. Like nobody's really just saying anything. They just right now the UN and all the humanitarians are just waving their hand like it's nothing. And that's how it's gonna be. Nobody's gonna be lamenting for you either. It's gonna be like I said, the norm. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 25 and 19. This Deuteronomy 25 and 19, and it reads, Therefore it shall be when the Lord thy power had given thee rest from all thy enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shall blot out the remembrance that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. Okay? So we're not gonna forget that when we took you down. Rather, through via Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua, they gonna give us the power to take you people down in the latter end. And we're not gonna remember that. We're gonna tell our children in the kingdom of heaven when it's time how we took you down. Alright.
Continued bloodshed in Gaza, Israel is summoning reserve forces to service, but dozens of them have refused to join the army. At least 50 members of the Israeli reservist list, which consists of ex-soldiers, have signed a petition condemning the army. They have slammed, quote, the current brutal military operation that's taking place in their name in Gaza. The petition also criticizes the militarization of Israel and the army's discriminatory policies, especially against women and Jews whose families originate in Arab countries. The signatories say, in Israel, war replaces politics, and the cabinet is not able to think about a solution to political conflict except in terms of physical might, so there is no wonder that it is prone to never-ending cycles of mortal violence.
As you can see in the other video I showed, you had some Israeli defense force former or reservists. They didn't even want to join back in the fight. They're against you right now, you know. That's all according to prophecy, you know. That's stated. Our Lord Yahweh stated in the book of Mark. I'm gonna read that right now. It's gonna be Mark 3 and 23, and it reads, And he called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. See that? So the Amalekite kingdom, which is the Jewish or Israeli nation right about now, is gonna fall because y'all against each other. And plus on top of that, you got all different types of nationalities living in Israel and in your military. That's confusion right there. That's what, you know what I'm saying? what's known as Babylon or Babel in the scriptures. And that's on the 25th verse. And if a house be divided against itself, that house could not stand. See that? So you got some right now you got some Israeli people that's not down with what's happening in Gaza. You know, because some of them are actually Arabs. That's another reason why. And they gonna turn against you once you keep bombing on their people and everything. They gonna turn against you, just like they gonna turn against the Qatarians and the Saudi Arabians, because they supposed to be like the head of the Arabs, and they not even helping them out. They join unto America and Britain. See that? So that's pretty more in the prophecy about you Arab when it says I'll get that later on about every man. Well, hold on, I ain't gonna misquote. I'm gonna finish this up. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. See that? So you people have an end. Satan means adversary, and that's you people that's you Israelis living over there right now. You're Satan. You're an adversary because you're against the scriptures. You teach out of the Talmud and not the Torah or the Tanakh. And you add unto it, you got all types of other practices. What else? And the Kabbalah and all types of weird stuff that you follow, which is not of the scriptures at all. That's they know say that like I said for this Babel, which is confusion, Babylon. All right, that's about it right there dealing with that. And what else I want to go into? Yeah, just dealing with your wickedness and your end. It's gonna be Job, Book of Job 11. It's gonna be a Job 11 and 20, and it reads, "But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost or the breath." All right, it reads, "The eyes of the wicked shall fail." So right now, um, you know, with all those defense members dying, your eyes are failing, your people are failing. They like, damn, we didn't know all this was gonna happen, but you going down. Like, and it's a lot of lone soldiers. I'm gonna tag that in the video. That live over here in Texas that's fighting um for Israel. That's crazy too, man. You born and bred in Texas. You just claim the Jewish religion, and you can go fight for their country. That's straight confusion, man. That's number Rome all over again. Got your military spread abroad, but you know, your USA and Israel are hand in hand with each other. You know, a lot of you Amalekites live over here in the United States of America too. So y'all join into each other. Y'all gonna be allies in a World War III. That's soon. Well, it's already happened, but when it comes into full fruition, when everybody gets into it, y'all gonna be allies. Y'all gonna be fighting the Arabs and the Russians and Chinese and who else? Okay. What else I want to get? Job. Go to the Book of Job. Hold on, let me see. I think I said here more than that. Slack. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up the spirit. So the spirit, all hell the Israeli Defense Force and how mighty and powerful you are, is gonna fail. Your hope gonna be you gonna want to give up. Once more and more people, the Most High crank up the death on y'all, and the killing. Once you crank that spirit up, then y'all gonna fail. Y'all gonna be wanting to give up. Right? This ain't nothing. This is just a little small, minute things right here, but the Most High gonna crank it up in the end. Yeah, how about Shem Yahweh gonna crank that spirit up, spirit of death. All right. Next, I'm going to Job 18 and 5. Yea, The light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in the tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So basically, that's self-explanatory. You Amalekites, you going down. All right. Your mighty Israeli defense force is gonna be put out according to the prophecy of the scriptures. Like I said before in the other scriptures I read, you shall be no more in remembrance forever. Okay.
Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in on the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal away civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in on the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal away civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in on the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal away civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal away civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal lies? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutalize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the west side. How can a brutal of we civilize? Out of the east up on the west side, black dispersion in the west side. Children of Israel up on the
Yeah, a lot of you Jewish people might be saying to yourself, well, what did I do? Why are they speak? Why are these Negroes, Latinos, and natives speaking out against us? Because you're not the real Jews. You are Jewish. You converted to the ways of a Jew. Okay, you can't convert. You gotta be born one. You're not the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Edom. That's who you are. You're the Edomites according to the scriptures. And also, the Lord is going to pay you back for your all your atrocities you have done across the earth. Okay, you committed fornication. You're slavers. You had a hand in the Negroes slavery. You financed the ships. Okay, and you're gonna have to be paid back for that. Okay, and I'm gonna read that. It's gonna be Isaiah. You gotta be paid back that according to scriptures, Isaiah 14:21, and it reads, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities." And right now, you trying to do that right now. You trying to take over the Gaza Strip so you can have their land and take over the whole Israel so you can have it for yourselves. But according to the prophecy, the Most High is going to stop that. He said, prepare slaughter for his children. So the children are the children of the wicked, which are you Edomites, you Amalekites. You're going down according to the scriptures. Okay? Let me see what else. I'm just going to touch up on a few more scriptures. It's going to be Isaiah 19. alluding to you. This Isaiah 19:16. It reads, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women; it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shall shake over it." Okay, the Lord is going to put His hand on that land of Israel and wipe everybody up out of there who's not supposed to be there. All right, it says you're gonna be like unto women. Okay, you're gonna be crying. Well, really, it's going on right now. The Palestinians, they're crying and howling for the Most High putting His hand on them, and you Amalekites, you crying and weeping as you see in the video. Um, it's gonna be real bad for you. Okay, that's your judgment. What else I'm gonna go to? And it says Egypt, but it's referring to you because Egypt. What was Egypt known for? Oppression. All right, and you Amalekites oppress our people daily, the real Jews and Israelites. All right, and the Most High gonna cut you off. Get that? Isaiah 14. This is Isaiah 14:4. It says, "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How has the oppressor ceased? That golden city ceased. The Most High have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, and persecutors and none hinder it." Okay? That's talking about the chief of you Amalekites, you Rothschilds, and all you elite banking families. You are the oppressor. You are, like I said, for you oppressed the real Jews and Israelites daily. And that's how you got started, through your insurance and your banking. You put slaves up on the slave markets, and that's how you built your kingdom up out the blood and sweat and tears of us. And it said, take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Babylon means confusion. America, the land that you own, confusion. Israel, the land you currently own, confusion right about now. You got all people there fighting your forces like they're doing here in America. You got all religions over there, just like they got here in America. You have all people there, like I said before, like you do in America. All of them can be Jews, just like everybody can be Americans. That's confusion right there. You got all religions. You got you people praying and doing all types of stuff. You're not following the Most High's word. You're not following the Holy Scripture. You're following the Talmud. So the Most High is gonna take you down. All right. Last scripture right here. This is gonna be Revelations 18. Okay. This is Revelation 18:2. I'm gonna start at Revelation 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, that great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right there, it's talking about America. But you people over there in Israel are joined unto America. America sends aid to fund your forces and all that. So when America goes down, you gonna go down with it. And also it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. And yes, you do commit all types of sins in that land of Israel, which is the Holy Land. You have a gay parade there in Tel Aviv. You have all religions there, which is not of the Most High word. What else you do there? Let me think of what else. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Well, anyway, I'll think of it. And it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much shall have glorified herself and lived deliciously? So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. See that? That's how you Israeli think. Your pride is up there. You think you can't be touched, but you can be touched. If you can be seen, you can be hit. All right, and that's what's coming to you. Um, Soon Iran's gonna get into it, and they gonna hit you with they forces, because the headquarters of Hamas is right there in the land of Iran, which is Persia, and they gonna get at you sooner or later. Therefore shall her prayers come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and should be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judges her. Okay, America's gonna be judged as well as Israel, the land of Israel, which is inhabited by you Jewish and you Amalekites. You're gonna be judged, okay? And that's about it. But just little topic dealing with the Amalekites, the people that are the inhabitants of that land now. Your Israeli Defense Force is going down. You're not gonna continue on no more. According to prophecy, it's over with for you. All right, this is Yaram Yabanya Hawada from the GMS Houston Cap. Shalom.